a day. He never had to water his dog. Had to go out there and feed them, clean up the dog lot. But they had clean, fresh mountain water 24 hours a day. That was important to Franklin. Okay? But Franklin went, and any of the family members, if I say something wrong, feel free to correct me, okay? But this is a church that Franklin pretty much grew up in. He was a very, very religious man and a very, very humble man. And all of these mountains, when he was a boy, all of these mountains here, of course there was other mountains that he went into, but this is basically his backyard. And he considered it his backyard. Okay? So that when he had the opportunity to become a law enforcement officer, as a wildlife officer, he felt very personal about it. That this is I have to protect this. Because this is what I had when I was a little boy. I grew up here, and I'm going to protect this no matter what. And you cannot see Sassafras Mountain from here, okay? But I don't know, did you ever do anything with the telephone line? Were you old enough?
No, just go up at hunting. That's about it.
But if you can imagine a young man, in high school with an axe, not a chainsaw, and when a limb would fall across that telephone line, somebody had to get that limb off of there. And he would walk from the bottom down here where the 178 road is and follow that telephone line. That telephone line would eventually you see that knoll up there? You see where that flat area comes up? And then there's a knoll, and then it flattens again. That's Horse Mountain. And that telephone line you see where up down there at the very bottom where it looks like a little gap? That's Horse Gap. That telephone line would follow up through there behind Franklin's house and follow up through there and then turn back to the left, and it would go up Round Top Mountain all the way to the ridge where Sassafras Mountain and Rock Mountain and Round Top Mountain and Hickory Nut Mountain. Now, best I can remember, Mike, you tell me, that highest point right up there, that's Hickory Nut Mountain. There used to be a clear cut up there that you could very clearly see that was what old Hickory Nut clear cut was. Grown up enough, hard to say. We have a thing about Franklin now. We have a saying, and this is what instilled me about looking for marijuana. I got my biggest kick out of finding marijuana. I mean, I'd rather find that one marijuana field than do anything else all year long. But right there at Horse Gap, where it's just sand, you get that little nose. Okay? It's called a naked knob. It's just a little. They had a marijuana field up there, and it was about the size of a football field. And it was worked by professionals. We questioned their feet. they came down on the lower. Put those marijuana buds upside down so the resin would not run out. It would run down into the leaves. And in their mind, they're thinking, we're going to salvage the cream of the crop, and then we're getting out of here. And I got a deputy that to go up there with me. And we parked our in the 75, 80-degree weather. It was pretty warm. I wanted to get up there to a known point so I wouldn't make any mistakes. And he said, no, I smell marijuana smoke. And there was about 5 or 6 of them, and they had just got through putting up their marijuana buds, saving them, and they sitting down, hanging around, smoking a joint. And each one of them had their ammunition in their knapsack. Each one had a knapsack. There was ammunition in their knapsack. There was marijuana in their knapsack, along with some spare clothes. And I'm looking, I'm trying to see I'm trying to see what I can find over there. I can't remember exactly how far away I was, but I'm gonna say I was like from here to that telephone pole right there, looking at them through the woods. And I said, it's thick. And I said, I see one of them. And I said, dadgum, I believe he's looking for that. So I didn't know if the Mexican did not understand English, it turned out, the one we called it. Had to get an interpreter. But I racked one in that shotgun, I yelled police. Took off running. We got up there and we had to run uphill to get to the top where they were. By the time we got there, all I saw was the soles of feet going every different direction. They